Hello and welcome back to Room for TCG. My name is Joe. Drink of the day is a warm cup of tea. And an exciting day because on Friday, June 5th, OP16 is releasing at your local gaming stores for pre-release. I've got 2 boxes here. I'm excited to crack into these and let's see what we can get because there's a whole lot of exciting stuff in this set. But first, if you're in the market for any new TCG accessories, you got to check out Sleeve Chief. The sale may have ended, but there's still plenty of awesome products on Sleeve Chief, such as this Gear 5 Holo Luffy playmat with a nice shiny moon, and also the Chinese takeout deck box, one of my favourites. If you do pick up anything off the website, please do use code MARINE for 5% off, and thank you to Sleeve Chief for sponsoring this video. So indeed, in this video, I'm going to be opening 2 boxes of OP16. And this set, I don't think it looks as sort of meta-changing as OP15. There's nothing, I don't think, as dominant as Nell was in this set. But there's some really good decks, and I think, other than probably Ace, all of them are at least decent. And of course, Ace isn't, because it's the red leader, and the red leader's not allowed to be good, unless it's also blue. Anyway, the deck that I'm probably most likely to play from this set, I think, is Blackbeard. I'm not normally just a meta player, but I do really like the sort of the idea of the deck. But this is another deck I'm going to be playing Shanks. It's just not a new leader, so but I will be playing Shanks. Got a Sengoku. Here's another leader I'll probably end up building at some point. He's fine. He's not great, but he's fine. The Prisoners are Rioting and a San Juan Wolf to start. So yeah, I think Blackbeard is quite clearly the best deck from the new set, the best new leader. Is he going to be better than Enel? At the moment, I don't think so. But I don't think there's a lot in it. I think Blackbeard is very, very good. Has decent matchups into both Nami and Enel for sure. So I expect to see a lot of Blackbeard topping. Speaking of Blackbeard, there it is. The base art of this leader actually goes really hard. I'm one of the handful of people that really likes the alt arts. I know a lot of people don't like them. I don't know why. I kind of like the alt arts. I'd love to get an alt art. Oh god. I realised when my alarm went off, it ended the recording, and you've missed 1 pack with the Don in it. Apologies for that. There was no hit, luckily, but yeah, thanks to my alarm for that one. Balls. You have to edit that bit out. Oops. Smoker. Got a Burgess. But yeah, I was talking about the alt art leaders. I actually really like the alt art leaders in this set. They're very different from what we've seen before. It's a new style, right? So I'm kind of here for it, though I know a lot of people are not here for it. Good event. Very good event. Don't think you'll probably play 4 in Blackbeard, but you'll play at least 2, that's for sure. Got an Ace squad. Brother Marine. Ushimaru. Bentham. Yeah, this is a nice little... This and the other one, the Marigold. Both nice little buffs for Boa, Having more trigger blockers. It's just important that they're blockers, because then you can force activate your leader effect. Which is super important for that deck, because you need to be burdened. Otherwise, you're going to be too slow. Oh, that's a good one. Look at that. Alt Kuzan. Needed him. He says Navy on him. That's a nice one. Look at the texturing on that. That's cool. Every Kuzan card looks sick. Can't lie, and I prefer Sakazuki. Because I think that art is my favourite in the set. The alt art Sakazuki Admiral. But this looks super good too. He's doing the Pheasant Peck. I presume this is Ice Block Pheasant Peck from the Kuzan deck. Good card. Absolutely pleased with that hit. That is awesome. If I can get at least one of each of the Admirals in alts, that'd be cool. I'm still debating whether or not I'm going to buy the 3 mangas. It's going to depend on the price. If I can get them for like 500 quid each, around the same price that I paid for Kobe, I think I will. Luffy SR. Probably the weakest SR in the set. But not the worst. But yeah, if I can get the mangas for around sort of 500, 600, the same as Kobe, I'll probably do it. But if they're pushing like £1,000 each, I don't know, man. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money just for a collection piece. But we'll see. We'll see what the price end up settling as. This is another leader that people are pretty hyped for. The Green Blue Luffy. It seems pretty good. I think it's perhaps a little bit overhyped. Big leaders are going to be a real issue for this deck. Things like Nami, I'm thinking. And Red Blue Ace. But if all you face is like 5k leaders, I think this could be an absolute top tier contender. Ben Beckman, we need 4 of him. And a secret ace. Now this is one I didn't want. Because if you see this secret, it means you're not getting Blackbeard. And Blackbeard is significantly better. Yeah, I think that's about the only disappointing hit in the box, because it actively means you're not getting Blackbeard. And I don't know, man. This Ace secret, it's just not. It's all right. I'm excited to try it in Red Blue Ace, but the Red Ace leader is so mediocre. Like, if you don't have this on the board as Red Ace, your deck just doesn't work because you have about 54 bricks in it. But anyway, decent box so far. Not the best, not the worst. Let's see if we can get another hit, though. That'd be pretty cool. I have, spoiler alert, I have already opened 2 boxes. Borsalino, very nice. And I'll post the pulls that I got from those at the end. And they were not too bad. Not too bad. Nothing too crazy, though. But, yeah, hoping for some more Blackbeard secrets as well, so I don't have to buy them. Because I can foresee that card being, like, at least £30 a copy. Possibly £40 a copy. Mr. 3, that's a good one. That's a really good SR. Obviously good in both Buggy and Luffy. But also seeing play in Blue Purple Sanji. Also seeing play in Red Blue Ace. Or at least seeing experimentation in those decks. So Mr. 3, definitely one of the more flexible SRs you can get. And it's just, it's got a lot of potential for the future as well. Being able to stun something and draw 2 is just a good effect. Marco, oh, we did get another hit. We got the Sengoku leader. Now, that's a good one. I'm pleased with this box now. Got Sengoku and Kuzan in the same box. What a treat. It's telling me to build the deck. We probably will anyway, Sengoku. Damn. I do like these alt art leaders. Some people don't. I do. I like the different faces. Like, he's angry. He's angry. He's shouting. And he's serious. Sengoku doesn't have a great range of emotions, does he? He's just kind of angry. That's okay. I think it works better with some of the other leaders where, like, they've got, like, a happy portion. They've got an angry portion. You know, a couple of different things going on. But, yeah, either way, pretty decent box. We've got a Kuzan and we've got a Sengoku leader. What a treat. Ivankov, Uriel, Galdino, Hannibal. There's another deck I want to try. I don't think it's going to be very good, but I do want to try it. Robin, Mr. 2, Nami, and there's the other Don. Yeah, we're only halfway through, and we've already had probably all the hits out of this one, so I feel like the rest of this box might be a little underwhelming. But there's a lot of SRs to come. I'm hoping to get Sakazuki SRs, because that card seems really, really flexible in a bunch of different decks. Primarily, obviously, Sengoku, but people are loving it in Rosinante as well. It's in, I think Nightingale was trying it out in Blue Purple Sanji, and that card's just so powerful. I can see it being played in more or less every purple deck for the foreseeable future, or at least a lot of purple decks. Just the fact that debuff sticks, man, so good. Kuzan, very nice. So you have to let me know in the comments, what decks are you planning on building? I think the most popular ones are probably going to be Blackbeard and Yamato, if I had to guess. I think Blue-Green Luffy is better than Yamato. And my hot take is that Buggy is also better than Yamato. I'm not a huge Yamato believer right now, but I know the deck is going to be incredibly popular because of how popular Yamato is as a character. Which to me is a bit weird. I really enjoyed Wano. I really enjoyed Wano, but Yamato had sort of very little to do with that. I actually preferred the effort that went into sort of making you be able to identify with, I don't want to say the NPCs, but like the normal people of Wano. Like the stories surrounding like Toniyasu and Toko, the samurai, even Otama and what was he called? The guy with the big nose. Higurashi, I think. The guy with the big red mask nose. I really liked that. And the mob boss, Hyogoro the Flower, whatever he was called. Yeah, I really enjoyed that it made you feel more connected to the normal people. Anyway, I feel like Wano did a much better job of that than Dressrosa or Alabasta, like by a mile. Especially Alabasta. I really didn't feel very much connection to anyone in Alabasta other than Vivi. I feel like it's a really early arc, so it makes sense that he wasn't as experienced with writing at that point. But that felt like one of... And I know it's a hot take, that's one of my least favourite arcs, Alabasta. I do not rate Alabasta very highly. But I know that is a hot take. I prefer Wano a lot, even though there was a lot of padding. Sort of during the bit where Luffy's in prison, right? Kinemon, very nice. Yeah, the bit where Luffy's in prison, there was a lot of padding. But it is what it is. Don't think I've said any major spoilers. Just general opinions. Speed Jill. Well, Wano's like hella old at this point, so like, if you haven't watched it, I don't know, man. Paul Gas the Ace, Boa Marigold, Prisoner. This is the best rare you can get in the set. In Japan, this is going for about £9, which is bonkers for a rare. But yeah, you're gonna need 8 to 10 of these for Luffy, and probably 16 plus of these for Buggy, which is mad. And speaking of Buggy, there he is with his Prisoner. What a treat. This card's really good. I really, really like this this card a lot. Giving you just an extra draw and an extra summon feels very strong. Yeah, obviously very good in Buggy, but also really good in Luffy, in my opinion. I know not all builds of Luffy play it at this point, but I think they will, given time. Getting summon 2 6Ks whilst drawing a card, and having the option to make one of those guys into a blocker, the little prisoner, you can turn him into a blocker. That just seems really inherently very good. So I'm a huge fan of the Buggy. Unfortunately, it is impel down locked, so this is probably about the best it's ever going to be. Is right now. So have fun with it while you can. Magai. This is like the McDonald's sponsorship, bro. Why we got McDonald's in my One Piece trading card game? Marineford. It's me. It's me. Mr. 1D's nuts and Katarina. This shit has this trigger is so stupid, by the way. What is that, man? What is that trigger? That's so stupid. Getting to just draw one so you go neutral and summon like a Vasco shot or a Lafitte searcher or the Van Orga, the one called Van Orga. That's so disgusting, man. You get so much value out of that Katarina Devon trigger. Mental. Boa Sandersonia. Lafitte. There's the Van Orga. Yeah, this card's really, really good in Blackbeard. Both this and the Vasco shot. Very impressed by. Kobe, and there's Yamato. Very nice. I think I've nearly got... No spoilers for the other boxes, but I think I've got nearly enough Yamato SRs to build the deck. I mean, if I pull all the cards, I guess I may as well put it together. Maharoba. Benevolent... These guys suck. Antlerkov and Bunkov. What's going on there, Bandai? Jinbei. Surprisingly good 2k. Just becomes bigger for 1 Don. And swing for 5k for 1 Don. Not too bad at all. Is there any SRs left? We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 5, 6. There should be 1 SR left, I think. Believe you always get 7. Benevolent. Who is this guy? Is this the guy from Fan Letter? I haven't watched Fan Letter yet. But I think I might have seen this guy as like in a clip. I don't know who this guy is. If I'm right or wrong, let me know in the comments. Who's the benevolent king of the waves? Such a weird ass name. Jozu, let's go to the Navy headquarters, and there's a boa. This is good. I like this card. Think this has potential for the future as well. Being able to just stun anything and have unblockable on this massive body, that's got to be good, right? Obviously, it's good in Green Blue Luffy at the minute. I would not be surprised to see people try this in other decks, though. I don't know if it's a Mihawk card, purely because it is not searchable. It's not Slash, it's not Supernova. Sure, she's not. But, yeah. I don't know, I can see that being pretty good in the future. If we get like a Green-Blue Warlords leader as well with Sengoku Searcher, there's a lot of Green-Blue Warlords support. So, I'll be excited to see what that boa can do in the future. Mr. 2 and a Momo on the end. Pretty good box. A little disappointed by the Ace Secret. I can't lie. I would have preferred the other one. But it is what it is. You can't get everything. And I got 2 of the ults that I really did want from this set. So, cannot complain. The Sengoku leader is lovely. And the Kuzan ult is, for me, very, very excellent. So we'll put these to the side. And wrap this box up. And we'll crack into box number 2. Move some stuff around over here. Here we are. Box number 2. I've pre-cut the seal just to save a little bit of effort. And here we go. Can we get anything even more exciting from this one? But honestly, pretty happy with the Sengoku leader. That's a good one. That is a good one. You know I love my Navy cards. So in terms of the meta for this set, I haven't done a tier list yet because I've not quite got enough opinions on everything, I think. But I think I've got a pretty reasonable opinion on the new leaders. And I think it's fairly obvious how good most of them are. I think Yamato is the one that I'm seeing rated differently from where I would rate it most at the minute. But maybe it is just sort of not enough experience with the deck. Not enough experience against the deck, but I don't know. That's the one that I've got the most discrepancy, I think, from other people on. Other than that, it's pretty obvious that Blackbeard is the best of the new decks. Green Blue Luffy is pretty good too. Buggy's alright. Sengoku's fine, and I think Ace is poor. There's another Kinemon. I believe I've got a Kinemon SR in every box. Mental. That is mental. Kinemon the GOAT. But I'll tell you one thing though. Going off the meta talk for a minute. It's really nice that we're back to 10 SRs in the set. Because the past 2, because we had the EBO4 cut in half thing, we had 14 SRs in one of them and 15 SRs in the other. It just made it so much harder for you to get enough copies of the cards that you wanted. And it increased the prices of all of the SRs. And speaking of SRs, this SR baits you into thinking you got an alt art, because the top edge and top right is all art. And I actually think this is one of the hardest looking base SRs in a long time. And it's not just because I like Sakazuki. He's an interesting guy. I don't know if I'd say he's a cool guy. He's a bit of a prick. But he's an interesting character. And this art just goes hard as hell. But the alt art is even better, man. I think they've done a really good job of that card. Which I'm pleased with, because I think it's a really good card, and I think it's going to see a lot of play going forwards. But yeah, the fact that we've only got 10 SRs in this set is going to make it significantly easier to get your playsets than it was in OP14 or 15. That's something to consider when you're looking at prices. And that goes for alt arts as well. There's just far fewer different ones you can get. There's a Prisoner, brilliant, we've already talked about him, and Borsalino. There's far fewer different alts you can get, so the average price of an alt should be a good deal cheaper, you know? I don't think we should be seeing them quite as expensive as in OP14. So temper your expectations on price with regards to that, but... Nico, Robin, Rosie, Jozu. Let's go. Ivankov. Why not? This card is probably only ever going to be good in that Green Blue Luffy. Unless we get a new green Impel Down leader. But I feel like we're not getting any more Impel Down leaders for a while. Maybe we'll get an extra card here and there if they want to buff any of the existing leaders. Hanyabao, Ivankov, or sorry, Luffy or Buggy. But I don't think we'll get any more Impel Down leaders. Shame we didn't get a Magellan. I'd liked a Magellan. He'd have been cooler than Luffy, I think. And we got the Don on the end. What a treat. Yeah, Magellan was cool. I could have had a Magellan and Hannibal leader or something. Like Zonji. Majanyabal. Mario. The worst card in the set. The Arlong Vanilla. Incredible. What a treat. Mr. 3. I think this is one that some Green Blue Luffy players are overlooking. Being able to rest a 5 off of your Ivankov or your Crocodile or just for 2 Don feels pretty strong. You can rest a blocker when you're going for lethal, like a Borsellino or Marco. Or you can just rest one of your opponent's weenies and combat that. So then they have to expend actual swings to clear your board, which is pretty cool. Crocodile, Shinobu. This combo is really cool. Minor spoilers for Wano, so like skip 20 seconds if you like. But I really like the flavor of this working with the Momo. She like ages him up by 20 years and then he can turn into the dragon one, right? I really, really like this. It's one of my favorite like lore things in a card recently. Very unique. Brilliant idea, whoever came up with that one. So I wouldn't have done that. But it's awesome. And it's actually interesting gameplay-wise as well, because it lets you cheat out that big Momo, give him rush, and you save a couple Dons. And you only go down 1 card in hand still, because the Shinobu draws 1, which is really nice. Mr. 3, Black Hole, me again. Black Vortex, Kuzan and the Newgate. Good cards. I think this will see play in a variety of decks. Obviously, Ace. People have tried this in Red Blue Ace. I don't know if it's going to actually make the cut, but it's pretty cool, right? Making your leader an 8k double attack every turn. That just seems inherently pretty good. And if you can get the power down off as well, now you're cooking, right? But having those 8ks can be difficult in Red Blue Ace because you don't naturally play all the new red ones, right? You're playing like the 2k. You're playing the Boa Hancock, which is quite nice. It synergizes with that, the 6/8 Boa. And then after that, some people are playing like Little Laws as a backup 4-drop, which is also 8k power. So not bad. Excited to try a lot of different cards in Red Blue Ace, such as Moby Dick. And I think Red Blue Ace honestly got some pretty reasonable buffs this set, which I don't think he needed it, but he got it nonetheless. So we'll go with it, I guess. Trafalgar Law, nice buff for Rosnante as well. Just being a backup play that's like the promo law. I think it is worse than the promo law in every way. But, you know, into the promo, if you don't have the promo law, you'd pretty happily play that law. Buggy, speaking of laws, this one's pretty interesting for Mihawk. Don't know if it will make the cut, but it's one I'm excited to try out at least. It slash and restowns all your little like mid-range stuff, which is cool. And a Mr. 3 SR. Pleased with that. Good SR. Yeah, it's a shame it doesn't hit the 6-cost law, that big 8-cost law, because if you could restand that and all your 5-drops, that'd be insane. Get to swing with all of them and then just stand them back up. That would be really, really awesome. But and it also just freezes a dude on play. You get a you get a good effect on top of that restand, which is important. If it was just the restand, it wouldn't be good enough. But yeah, I think that card's good. I'm excited to see if it sees success. I think GY Law is another deck that it'll maybe see playing, but that deck's kind of still hurting a little bit from having so many of its old laws rotated, right? Like the restand law and blocker law. Losing those kind of hurt GY Law a little bit. Thatch, Brown Auger, Borsellino, and a Buggy SR. Nice. I think I might have a playset of these as well now, which is awesome. We'll see. No hits just yet from this box. I think we're over halfway. I've had a lot of SRs, but no hits just yet. This trigger is so unnecessary. I don't think it's even that good, right? Because it's so RNG, and this card is useless if you don't trigger it. But like, dude. Why? Why would you do this, Bandai? It's just going to be tilting off the face of the earth if you get hit with that trigger and you're not like a big leader. Because big leaders don't give a toss, right? Big leaders just don't care because they're 7k and all these dudes that come flying out, they're all 5k. But yeah, Vasco shot, and there's the other Don. So we've got all our Don packs out of the way. Now, Vasco shots are rare, huh? Makes sense. It's really good. Rest of 6 is so powerful into a bunch of decks. Not least a Nell, because there are Nell caps at 6. Unless they buff it with a Varie. However, Yamato and a Marco. But yeah, the Vasco shot's just very good into a lot of stuff. It's good into Rosie as well, because you can rest Rosie lore, which is an important thing to rest. That's more or less the biggest thing in that deck. They play 7-cost Sakazuki, of course, now. And sometimes they play 7-cost lore. But I've seen a lot of lists that are not even playing the 7-cost lore, which is interesting to me. I've not tested without it. It felt good when I was playing with it. But I don't know, maybe it's just not necessary anymore. Sakazuki is really good. It's really good. The fact that it ramps back as well is really cute. To just give you more Dons to work with. Tama. Older brother Marine. Brother! Are you a Marine, brother? Anyway. Boa Hancock, Vanilla. Why not? Jozu. Miss Olive. There's Mr. Ben. We need him. And Mr. Jinbei. We don't so much need him. But yeah, I believe I've got 4 Ben Beckmans now. Which is it's the first deck I'm going to build is Shanks, because I've got all the cards right. I've got all the cards already. So may as well just prioritize building Shanks. And then go from there. Feet, Zoro, Rockstar. Who needs this regular Sengoku? We have the good one. Jozu, Nami, Momo, and that's it on the pack. I thought there was another card there. The holo on like the black cards is really sort of understated in this set. I feel like I can barely notice it. But maybe it's just me having a skill issue. I don't know. Either way, we've only got about 6 packs left, I think. And we've so far had nothing from this box. No, like, alt arts or anything yet. So, I'm guessing it's probably just a 2-hit box. But what are those 2 hits going to be? Who knows? Could be something epic. Like Bunkov. Luffy, Katarina, and another Ben Beckman. I think I've got a spare Ben Beckman now, so if any homies at locals want to join the Shanks crew, we can hook them up. What a treat. Sanji, Doffy, Speed Jill, The Feet, Anya Bal, Teach Leader, Robin, Vortex, Prisoner, and the Prisoners are rioting. We'll take out the Prisoner. Always good to get a double Prisoner box. Can't complain about that one. Yeah, how many packs is this left? Okay, we're now down to 5 packs remaining. And there's still been no hits. So these are going to be good packs. These are going to be good-ass packs. Got to be careful to not see the edges. Burgess. This Doffy's bizarre. I don't know what the hell this is for. I don't think it's for anything. This is Perona support, believe it or not. It's dog shit. But it's Perona support. Draw 2, trash 2, character rush, -4 cost. And then you can obviously rest something that would have costed 8 and attack straight into it with rush character with the Perona leader's effect. I get what they were going for. That leader needs more than that, but it's nice, I guess, what the Perona enjoys. This is cool. I think this is a really good card for Usopp. Being able to rest your leader and draw a card from the block, from the KO effect, and then bounce a 5, just feels really good. I don't know if it's going to make Usopp meta, but this is like an awesome card for the deck. And maybe even Rebecca as well. Vista, Shiryu SR. So there's our last SR for the box. One of the better ones from the set for sure. If I do intend on building Blackbeard, which I kind of do, will need 4 of those without a doubt. But we'll also need Mr. Blackbeard, and we've not found him very much yet. I've not found him. I found a lot of Ace, which is less preferable. Mr. 3, Captain Buggy, Sengoku, Bunkov, Luffy, and a Momo ult. Okay. Nice ult. Good looking art. Got Yamato in the back there. Big dragon form. I like it. Not particularly one I was looking for, but it's a nice looking card. TV animation. Incredible artist. Yeah, nice. Looks a lot better than the regular art. I don't see the regular art, but yeah, the alt art rares. I'm a big enjoyer of alt art rares because the SRs already look pretty good. Like this Kinemon, he already looks pretty good. He's got a lot of hollow going on, but the rares they look kind of mid. So the Momo just being full art, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of that. But again, probably not playing Yamato. So hopefully, I don't know if anyone at my locals is planning on playing it. But if they are, hopefully they'll want a Momo because I can hook them up. Gecko Moria, Mihawk, Smoker. Smoker support. Magellan, Mojin, the minor Buggy support. Old Buggy. It's interesting. I don't think it's very good, but it's interesting. Inazuma, Pizarro, Borsalino, and a Moby Dick. Okay. Got the alt art bow. I do really like the alt art stages. I can't lie. This looks really, really good. And I think this will be a good card in Ace. This will be a good card in Red Blue Ace. I mean, it'd be good in Red Ace as well, but like, you know, Adeg's got some issues. Yeah, this one looks nice. I like this. Probably not a huge hitter, but the art is like... Again, I really like the alt art events and stages because they just look like such an upgrade on the base rare. Like, you go from... I don't know, you go from the SR Shiryu to the alt Shiryu. It's a jump. But you go from the rare Moby Dick boat to the full art boat. That's a jump and a half, man. I'm a huge fan of that Moby Dick. Now there's 2 packs left. Be kind of funny if we got like 3 hits and they were all in the bottom 4 or 5 packs. That'd be kind of crazy. But honestly, this box is reasonable already. Not too bad. McGuy, Mr. 2, Suru, 3 Admirals, Usopp, Luffy, and a Mr. 1. And last pack. Can we get anything good from this one? Maybe. Hopefully. Secret Teach would just be the cherry on top. Hawkgas the Ace, Brother Marine, Rockstar, McGuy, 3 Admirals, Sengoku, me, Mr. 2. We called it. We did it. Mr. Teach. What a treat. Really like the art on this one. Very, very good. Haven't seen the alt art in person, but I think this is a contender for one of the secrets maybe better than the alt. I don't know. But yeah, this is sick. This card's insanely broken as well. Like, this card is mental. But yeah, pleased with that one. Good box overall. Any box that has a Secret Teach in it is a good box, because that's a box that's probably saving me at least 30 quid on buying a Secret Teach. What a treat. And we got double prisoners in this one, which is pretty good too. Yeah, strong box. I think overall these boxes were nothing crazy. We didn't get any too exciting hits, no SPs, nothing like that. But they were overall pretty good, right? They were both 3 hitters. And I did get 2 Navy alts, which is awesome for me. I imagine some people might have been really disappointed with this first box. One of the weaker leaders, a weaker alt, and Secret Ace. But I'm hyped for these 2, man. I'm hyped for these 2, so it works for me. Then the second box had the Secret Teach. Momo, a little underwhelming, but the art is really nice. And the Moby Dick art is one of the best in the set for me. Let me know in the comments what you pull from your boxes. Good luck at your pro-releases. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.